Business Built by Faith podcast shares powerful testimonies and biblical strategies for entrepreneurs who want to put their faith into action and turn purpose into profit.
Because faith without movement is just potential. It's time to put your faith in motion. Now let's build. Welcome to another episode of Business Built by Faith, your weekly dose of real conversations, powerful testimonies, and practical tools to help you build a business and life that honors God.
And we're your hosts, Demetrius and Shaylin Dixon, a husband and wife duo, entrepreneurs and kingdom builders that knows what it's like to start from nothing and build with God.
Yes. Today's guest knows what it means to serve with compassion and then be called to something greater. After more than 20 years in social services, helping children and families overcome trauma, she stepped into entrepreneurship and became the owner of the UPS store in McDonough. She's also an author and leader that's passionate about faith, legacy, and building generational wealth. Please help us welcome Miss Donita Green Noel.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Listen, I'm so happy that we get to have this conversation.
Me too.
I really am. I'm
Very
glad you're here
needed.
today.
Right.
Very long overdue.
That's right.
And so I'm excited.
Me
Thank
too.
you for having me.
All right.
Of
Well,
course.
just thank you for being here. Just let's go ahead and dive in.
Right.
Yes.
So you dedicated over 25 years to social services before stepping into entrepreneurship. What was that moment when you knew that God was calling you to something else?
It's unexplainable. It's one of those things where you hear people talk about it all the time, right?
Yeah.
When they say, hey, I left something and it felt like a weight off of me.
Yeah.
Literally, when I packed up my whole almost 13-year office
Jesus.
and I drove off, the feeling that I had was unimaginable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I knew at that moment that it was nothing but God and it was my time.
And he'll show you that, right?
Right.
Were you afraid during that time? Because it's like stepping away from what you know to the unknown. Were you feeling fear?
Definitely.
Right.
The fear of, I've been in this career for over 20 something plus years, right? And so all I've known in that moment is servicing children and families. And so the fear for me was, who's going to take care of my families? Who's going to make sure that they have what they need? Who's going to make sure this person have their medication? Who's going to make sure their kids have their Christmas items?
Yeah.
And so because all of my young adults rely so much on me, I was just so afraid of what that would look like with me, being absent.
Yeah.
Because I'm also dealing with young adults who have gone through so much abandonment, right? So just that fear of them feeling like I'm now abandoning them, right?
Yeah.
So I battled with that for months because I knew I was leaving for quite some time.
Okay.
But it was God just kind of nudging me to say, listen, the same way I put you in their lives, you have to trust me. I'm going to put someone else in their life.
Jesus.
But even with him knocking on the door to tell me that, I still was having my reservations, right?
Hold on. Are you sure?
I'm
Lord?
like,
Are you
God,
sure?
I know you're saying this, but are you sure? So it was one of those situations where, God have to put your back against the wall.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to have to do this to you
Yeah.
to open your eyes up,
Yeah.
to trust me.
Yeah. That
And he-
faith thing is something else, you know.
It is. And we need to talk about it more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's real.
Yeah.
The fear, the faith,
Yep.
all of that is combined.
You have to choose, right?
Yeah.
You have to choose, right? Because you can't believe what God is doing and have faith and be afraid at the same time. It's a really scary place to be, especially when you're transitioning and you have a family.
Yes.
So it's like, it's not like you're just, working for yourself or you're single. You have a family to take care of.
Yes. And when you're coming from, a career that you have done so well,
Right.
and you're at the peak of things, and you know this like the back of your hand,
Yeah.
to now venture into something that is so very new to
Foreign,
you.
yeah.
Foreign, you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And you're about to spend a lot of money.
A lot of money. That's faith.
Yeah.
It's faith when you talk about it, but when you put your money behind it,
Yeah.
Yes.
it changes things.
And make
'cause
it
you're
real.
like,
That.
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
I got you. So, we could talk about closed doors, open door situation. in your situation, I'm sure you face some closed door situations.
Mm-hmm.
How did you kind of like redirect when you face the closed door situation?
I think the closed door situation, it goes back to your faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me not understanding.
Okay.
Right.
I felt like I had given so much of myself
Mm-hmm.
to my career.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is not hard. I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Trying to train young adults
Listen.
Man.
who have gone through so much trauma
Yeah.
to succeed
Yeah.
in this environment.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's not.
Yeah.
So to come out and having 100% success rate of all of my young adults aging out of care
Wow.
and not becoming homeless.
Wow.
Having money saved, buying houses
Wow.
in college. That's not
Yeah.
an easy job,
It's
right?
not.
And so when you feel like I'm giving and giving and I'm not getting what I feel like I deserve,
Yeah.
The compensation, the recognition,
Yeah.
I felt like I was fighting for a seat
Okay.
at a table that did not want me there.
Mm.
And so going back
Jesus.
to my faith, right?
Yeah.
God said, why you fighting for this seat? You've been fighting for this seat for a long time.
Mm.
Why when you can build a whole building? And boom, we are in McDonough.
There you go.
Y'all heard it first.
Build your own table.
Yeah.
Yes. Forget the table. We got a whole building.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So why keep fighting? And I think we continue to do that because it's by nature. It's what we're taught, right?
Yeah.
It
You
is.
go to school, you get a good job, you stay there forever,
Yeah.
you retire.
Yeah.
But my job now is to talk to young people, and not even just young people, people in general.
Okay.
That's
That is not our goal.
Yeah.
Our goal is to leave generational wealth
That's right.
for our children, for
That's
our
right.
families.
That's right.
And how do we do that? And understanding that when your purpose is not being shown
Mm-hmm.
and it's not being, I want to be real nice with this, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Because it's
Just in
hurtful.
case the people
Yeah.
watching.
It's
too.
hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you feel like you're not being deserving of what you're doing,
Right.
it's okay to move on.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah. When,
Move on. Hello, ring it. It is okay
Yeah.
to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we never know what else is out there for us
That's right.
if we stay hollowed into the circumstances that we're in.
Yep.
Jesus. So you said before that you knew you were going to transition, or you felt that pull from God, like, okay, it's time to go on to something else. How did you prepare for that? Because I know there's a lot of people watching or listening that they might be still in that 9 to 5. They're unappreciated. They're not getting recognized. They're working and they're like, I can take my gifts and use them for myself in a different way. How did that transition happen for you? How did you prepare for it?
I don't even know if prepare is even really the word, right? So my father-in-law, big ups to him.
Right.
Started planting this seed in this like 2 years prior.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He sends us a motivational text every Friday.
Okay.
He's 86, mind you.
Mm.
And just, what are you doing today about changing your circumstances? What are you doing today about going into entrepreneurship? What are you doing today about creating a legacy for your children? What are you doing today? What are you doing today? And so, after you keep reading it every single week, right? You like, nah, Papa's on to something.
Right.
We need to maybe look into this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he comes from an entrepreneurship world, right? And so after over 80-something years of living, you know something.
Right.
You sure
You
do.
know,
Boy.
you know something.
You said
And so
it.
we might need to take a little heed.
Yeah.
And so as we started to like just really sit down, my husband and I like, okay, let's look into some franchises and let's see what is out there and let's see what it takes to get one started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I told him, hey, if I make this call, we ain't turning back.
Right.
Okay.
And when I made the call, there was no turning back.
And look at you now.
Make the call and don't turn back.
There you go.
Make the call
and
and
don't
don't
turn
look
back.
back. Ooh,
I love that.
Jesus.
I love
Make
that.
the call
I love
and
that.
don't turn back.
I love that.
So when you made the call, I know you have a question. I'm sorry, babe, but when you made that call, what were you feeling? Were you like, I'm ready, I'm stepping out on faith, I'm doing this? Like, you've never have been a franchisee.
Right.
So this is something completely new for you.
Right. I knew about business.
Okay.
Right. I know how to supervise. Right.
Okay.
I know how to manage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a stickler with paperwork.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm like, how hard could it really be?
Right.
And I'm teachable.
Okay.
Right.
I learn easily. So I was like, so it's all of those combinations. It's the fear, it's the excitement.
Yeah.
It's like, who do I really truly know?
Yeah.
Who looks like me? I'm going to say that again.
Right.
Who looks like me?
Let's be real.
That is a franchise owner.
Right. Because out of all of the UPS store, I only know one other Black woman-owned UPS store.
And it's a lot of them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of UPS stores.
Say that again.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So
as I'm doing my research, right, I'm realizing it's less than 2% of people of color
Wow.
who are in the franchise ownership business.
Wow.
And for women, it's even less.
wow.
And so now my mind is going all kind of ways,
Yeah.
right? No, how do I change that?
Yeah.
So when I went to a UPS training, their corporate office is in San Diego.
Okay.
I'm in a room with 70 people. It's 3 women, and I am the only woman of color. I'm the only person of color, period.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's when you start to see that, no, I'm making a difference.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm
And
on the right
making
track.
a change.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
And I made the right call.
You
Yeah.
did.
You're on the right track.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, so people often see the success, but not necessarily the process that came behind it.
Lord.
That part.
What were some of the hidden battles that you faced when you stepping out on faith to do this?
Where do I start, guys? Woo! Okay, so social work, I've been there for a long time. I have a staff.
Right.
I'm managing things, right? So I work from home. I kind of have a lot of leeway.
Okay.
Hey,
Not
when
work from home and leeway.
Hey, leeway. If my kids have to go to the doctor,
Yeah.
I'm able to do that and not have to take off time and not
Right.
have to worry about being penalized,
Yeah.
right? But when you get into franchise ownership, it is truly a new door that you have never seen before.
Yeah.
Because it is you really truly working from sun up to sundown,
Yep.
open to close,
Yep.
7 days a week.
Yep.
I mean, I don't get the leisure of, oh, my kid's sick, I can't come in today.
Yeah,
No,
no.
you know what I mean?
The store's going to be closed.
Hello?
Put him behind the counter.
Listen, right. No, I got to go in.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have not been on anybody's time clock in I don't know how long.
Right.
Clearly over 20-something years,
Yeah.
right? Woo, baby. They
Yeah.
getting up and being somewhere
Yeah.
specifically at 8:15 every day.
Every day.
And let's just say you don't live close by.
No,
Okay?
ma'am.
You live out
And we do not live close by. So that was a struggle. But not just that, you go through the corporate things,
Yeah.
right? You go through all of the challenges
Yeah.
like finding a location,
Yeah.
finding what suits you.
Right.
So what a lot of people don't know, our original location was in Alpharetta.
Really?
Oh.
And I was gung-ho. I wanted this location. I begged, pleaded.
Yeah.
My husband, shout out to you, Sean. I was on the floor rolling. I was like, this is a great location.
Yeah.
It's right by the mall. We right next door to Panda
Express.
Yeah, we right here. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Got the approval, everything.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mark from UPS. He was on our team for real estate, right?
Yeah.
And Mark was like, I want to scale back a minute, guys. He was like, did y'all look at the fact that you have stairs in the back?
Oh.
So think about your drivers.
Yep.
Yep.
All of those packages going up and down.
Yep.
He was like, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
He was like, this is a very old building.
Mm.
Have you guys thought about that? Have you thought about the maintenance part? And what is it that your landlord is willing to do, and what are they willing to sacrifice to have you guys in this location?
Good questions.
Right.
Listen, none that I was thinking about.
Right.
Remember,
You were like, I wanted this.
on it.
I know you're
Yeah.
probably telling God, please, Lord, let me get this.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
get
Let me
this.
get this approval. I want to be
Right.
here. I want
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah.
Not thinking about those things.
Yeah.
Mm.
So my husband was like, I told you this wasn't a good location. You know
They
how
always
y'all-
gotta
You're
spin it
right.
back. Like,
You know how
I
y'all
told
do.
you.
Oh.
You know this wasn't a good location, right?
But you thought it was.
I did.
Yeah.
So with that, I was like, Mark, you know what? You right. So withdrew our offer
Okay.
and went back to the drawing board. But what people don't know is going back to the drawing board now means it sets me back like another 3 to 6 months because I have to continue to look for a location.
Yeah.
And so when we found the location in McDonough, we was like, okay, this is it.
See why you made me wait, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And understanding when things do not work out, it always is for a reason, right?
Right.
And we say it all the time, but God has really, over the years, He like, I got you. When I say it's not good,
Man.
trust me, I got something else for you.
Right.
And although I'm wanting what I want at that moment,
Yeah.
I am just learning it's in God's timing. And now I couldn't be more happier to service the McDonough and Henry County area.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And we love your store.
Thank
It's
you.
in the perfect location too.
Right.
And there's
Yes.
a lot of growth over there.
Yep.
Yes.
Tell the people exactly where it's at.
We are at 3486 Highway 155 North. We are in the Kellytown Plaza. So please come visit us.
Yes.
We are stellar.
The service is impeccable.
Thank you.
And that's one thing I can tell from you coming out of your your corporate position, working in social work. Your business is crafted around service.
Yes.
Because we've gone into UPS stores, we're like, oh, we're not going there again,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
the service,
Yes.
we've had poor service. We're like, what's wrong? Like, do you know me? You know?
Yes.
And so it's good to have good service.
We
It's
appreciate
important.
that. And we get that a lot. We try to make it, a calm, family oriented, fun. But we're going to also service you in
Yeah.
the best way possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we have the best smelling store
Okay.
out there. Okay.
You heard it first. The best smelling store.
We do.
Do you find it hard to hire people, and do you look for people with similar values? Do you find yourself, because I know, in this day and age, a lot of business owners struggle to, find and maintain
Quality
good
help.
quality help. You know?
Yes. I think now what my shift is changing
Okay.
is because now I want to. It's the social worker in me.
Yeah.
To help young adults.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I am now reaching out to the high schools
Okay.
for work programs, work studies,
That's good.
and hiring those young adults. So we all know that that's a challenge because they're new to the work field.
Yeah.
But I think younger people are more teachable.
Yeah.
They are.
And so it makes it a little bit easy.
Yeah.
But you also have those challenges because they're still young
Yeah.
and they're still maturing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I think as me being a mom of, 4 children,
Okay.
the 2 oldest are one's getting ready to be 29.
Ain't no way.
And, yes. And
There's
20
no way you have a 29-year-old.
Yes, he'll be 29 on the 13th.
Wow.
And one just turned 21. I've kind of had, some experience
Yeah.
in grooming in that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's been working well. So, but it's still also sometimes a challenge, because we're human.
Yeah.
That's right. But you're graced for it.
Yes.
And that's the good thing.
We know somebody we're gonna connect you with too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do from church.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, heard through the grapevine, you're thinking about starting another location.
Yes.
What are some of the systems and strategies that you put in place to allow you to scale to their next location?
Doing more research. And so I'm looking at other franchises.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to stay locked in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Diversify. That's
yes,
good. That's
I
good.
think I have learned my lesson about staying locked in
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and being loyal to one
Yeah.
particular
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
My new word is being intentional and evolving. And as I'm evolving, I want to evolve into other things. So now is going through this process is teaching me to do a little bit more research.
Okay.
Do me more research on my locations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Buildings, and my landlord.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
We play about it, but those are things that are very critical.
Yeah.
And shout out to my attorney Lori, who, listen, she go through that contract with a fine tooth comb.
Okay.
Because there's just a lot of things that we just don't know, right?
Yeah.
And so those are things that now, as I continue to venture out, I'm being more, knowledgeable about.
Because you're franchisee, you said your attorney is, one of the biggest players on your team that keep you protected.
Yes.
Who else would you say is keeping your business running?
Your accountant.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They go hand in hand, huh?
Yes. And just making sure that whatever business that you get into, that your accountant really understand, right?
Yeah.
So our accountant also own UPS franchise.
Oh,
okay.
So
that's a good.
it's a win-win, because when there's things that we just don't understand when it comes to billing and certain things, he's able to truly, break it down and just kind of help us navigate through what those things look like. So that is very important.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're also a new author. Can you
Yes.
share about your book and what readers can take away?
Yes. So I'm a new author of Girlfriend Therapy. And it was a collaboration with several other authors.
Okay.
And so as I was writing this book is when I first started my transition.
Oh, wow.
And so with this transition, it was about me evolving. And that's what my chapter is about.
Okay.
As you guys know, as you evolve and start moving in different directions, you guys are both business owners. You've just recently, shout out to y'all with the church. Y'all are booked and busy
Okay.
doing your podcast.
Yeah.
You got everything going on, with your couples at the church and all of that. And so understanding that as you evolve, some people just aren't going to be able to evolve with you.
Yeah. That was a tough lesson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Things change,
Yeah.
people change.
Yeah.
And for me, my girlfriend circle, what does that look like now for me?
Yeah.
So things that were okay for me 5 years ago are not where I am at this moment in my life, right?
Yeah.
And not to say that I, don't care or love, but it's just really changing your outlook on life and what it is that you want and who you want to be around you.
That's right.
And understanding who is supporting you along the way.
Jesus.
Because when you start taking different steps and you start to elevate, you start to see
People's real heart.
Yep.
who was around just for whatever reason,
Yep.
whether it was malicious
Yeah.
or those who really, really, truly are like, everything you got going on, they like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm there, I'm supporting. I'm putting it on my Instagram.
Right.
I'm letting people know.
Right.
And those things are important.
It is.
And so I just say to people, I have learned that it doesn't matter how long you've been friends or someone has been in your circle.
Right.
It's about how they show up for you.
That's right.
And how they show up for you when you can't show up for yourself.
And it's nice when it's reciprocated.
Yes.
Because I think as entrepreneurs, we find ourselves in a position sometimes where we're giving to our customers, our children, our spouses. And so in your friendships, it's nice to receive it back.
Yes.
It's important. Every entrepreneur should have an entrepreneur friend.
Yes.
Or some type of entrepreneur community.
Yeah.
That's actually why we started doing the networking events.
Yes. Yes.
We hosted our first networking event. And it was the same thing. We just wanted a safe space for women to come together and talk about their businesses
Yes.
and connect. And there's no sell, there's no offer, there's no membership fee. Just come and share your business and how can we support your business.
Yes.
And I feel like every entrepreneur needs that.
Yes. I am
Every
with
entrepreneur. And God doesn't intend for us to do anything in life alone.
you. Yes.
He really doesn't.
And I'm just learning, you have to be at the tables of where you want to be, right?
That's right.
People often say, you want to be a millionaire? You got to be what a millionaire is.
That's right.
Listen.
And so it's a true statement,
Yeah.
and I think until you start to do some self-evaluation with yourself is when you start to realize that.
Yeah.
And that, when you, like you just said, sometimes we're giving so much. Sometimes we just need somebody to say, hey, I'm just calling to see if you okay.
Right.
How's things going?
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
I know y'all open 7 days a week.
Right.
I know you've been there 7 days this week.
Jesus.
On top of, and we don't get the clock out when we leave, right?
Right, because you still have other stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got to pick up, drop
Yep.
off. Somebody has track practice.
Yep.
Somebody got basketball.
Oh,
somebody got,
Jesus.
you know what I mean?
Football's taking us down
Hello?
through there. Okay.
Yes. So, you still have other obligations.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's nice to know who truly supporting you and who's thinking about you and lifting you when you're not able to lift yourself.
Yeah. And without an ask behind it. They're just doing
Yeah.
it because they care about you.
Right.
And they love you.
They love you. It's a
Right.
good feeling to
Yes.
have. So.
Yeah. Let's change gears real quick.
Okay.
We want to talk a little spiritual talk.
Okay.
What scripture or principle has carried you the most in this season of building by faith?
I would say John Lewis with Be Good and Do Good.
Okay.
I met him a few years prior to his passing.
Wow.
We took some young adults to Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And his team allowed us to view his office, for them to ask some questions. And it is a trip that I truly will never forget.
Yeah.
And in those conversations, being intentional
Right.
about who you are,
Yeah.
what you put into the universe, and what you give to people.
Say it again.
What you give to people, what you put in the universe, and being intentional. And that has always stuck with me.
Yeah.
I actually still have my card that he gave me.
Oh, wow.
So when Hank Johnson came and I met him, I said, I have to get your card, but right now nobody beating John.
Right.
But, hey, I can get yours. You know what I
Right.
mean? But that has always stuck with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm in a season of really, I want to be good, I want to do good, and I want to be intentional about everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's good. For someone that's listening that's afraid to trust what God is doing in their life right now, what would you tell them?
I would say pray on it and let God lead you. And don't be afraid to listen to the signs that he's giving you. And I think we all know internally when God is giving us a sign. We may not be honest about it to other people.
Or say it out loud.
Or say it out loud.
Because when you say it out loud, it's true.
It's true.
Right.
So you be like, okay,
No.
I know God, but I ain't going to tell nobody. Listen. And having those moments, like for me, sometimes I ride in the car. I do have a little drive, right?
Okay.
And I have some, farm scenery.
Okay.
And I take that moment to turn my radio off and really just kind of get in tune.
Okay.
And just be like, God, so what you giving me today?
Right.
And so that's what I mean by when you hear the sign, when you know, you go for it. And I'm going to roll this back. Don't be afraid to open the next door.
Yeah. When the first one closes, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid.
Yeah.
We never know until we try, right?
Right.
And we hear that a lot, but it's really believing it and just really doing it.
Yeah.
And so you think about other people who have started, businesses or whatever it is that they're doing, or even a new job.
Yeah.
Hey, because everybody, hello, let me put this out here. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
It's not.
Amen.
Ring the bell on that.
Right.
That was another hard lesson.
Yeah.
Understanding that no matter how hard or how much we want to bring other people with us, we can't.
Right.
Oof, Jesus.
Because everybody's not built
They're not.
for the long days, the long hours, and the certain sacrifices that you have to make.
That's right.
Because they see the glory, but they don't always see
Yeah.
the behind the scene, the work, the blood, sweat, and the tears.
Yeah.
And the
when
faith.
that.
Man.
So when y'all see us next year and we on the yacht and we in Cabo or wherever we are,
Right.
understand that hard work went into this.
Yes.
Hey, it was not given to us.
Yeah,
Right.
we didn't clock out at 5 o'clock.
We did not.
Well, I'm telling you, when we text, sometimes she'll be like, I'll be like, send the thing over. It's 10 o'clock at night. We're both still working.
Yeah.
I'm at the computer. you just got home.
Yes.
And you're still working.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those are the sacrifices, but we know down the line as we continue to build our teams and we stop working the business day to day, there is going to be a legacy for our children's children.
Yes.
So, for those that are inspired by your story, how can they find you? Where can they look to find you at?
Yes, you can find us in the Kellytown Plaza at 3486 Highway 155 North in McDonough. You can also find me on Instagram, the _ UPS store McDonough 7798. That is our store number 7798. And you can find us on Google or wherever you put in store 7798, the UPS store, we will come up.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, we love to end with this question. If you could sit next to anybody that was in the Bible, except for Jesus, okay, on a long flight, who would it be and what question would you ask them?
It probably would be Mary.
Okay.
That's a different one.
Because I would want to know, like, what was her initial feeling and thought when she found out she was pregnant. And the trauma that came behind that.
Right.
Those are things people don't talk about either.
Right.
That's traumatizing.
Yes.
You wake up and you like, wait, hey,
Hold
where
on.
they
Yeah.
where they
The
come
Son
from?
of Man.
Right.
Am I about to be stoned? What's going
Yes.
on? You know?
And so I would like to know how she felt in that moment.
Okay.
I know what it's like to have trauma and being pregnant. So I would love to know that.
I like that. I like that answer.
That's another podcast.
That is.
It is. Well, thanks again for joining us and
thank
sharing
you
so
for
much
having
wisdom with our
me.
listeners today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely in y'all corner.
Listen.
Support you in any type of way. I love what you guys are doing. And I love to see husband and wife team. People don't understand it's hard
It is.
to work with your spouse. I mean,
Say
it's
it again.
fun. Ring that. Hey, that was another challenge, but we'll talk about that another day.
So who is HR, you or hubby?
Listen, he was like, "You are not Miss UPS." And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
So we need to get
respect
him
on
here
it.
next
You
time,
do.
then, right?
Right.
So I'm HR. I'm the CEO.
Me too. Me
He's
too.
the CFO, but I'm the CEO.
So
and
all
I'm
the lady
president.
CEOs,
Yay!
then we're HR too.
But we should definitely talk about that because
Yeah.
people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is, it was. Hey, I could be boss. I mean, I came from being bossy
Yeah.
and being
Yeah.
in that. So it was like, wait a minute, hold up. Like,
Yeah.
you are not talking to the
Who you
kid.
talking to?
Yes. So we had that challenge.
What you want to say,
Listen.
Demetrius?
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay. Help him, Lord. Help him, Lord.
Listen. So I am all for the
Yeah.
husband and wife team, and we need to support each other.
We do.
It's hard,
It
and it's definitely work.
Yeah.
And, it has its fun moments, but we also have our challenges too.
That's right.
And I think people need to understand that it comes a part of being a team.
Well, we're going to have to do us a couples work business networking event.
Yep.
Yes.
That might be our next.
So, if today's message gave you clarity or vision, anything to help you out, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode.
And make sure you like and share as well. You can visit businessbuiltbyfaith.com for all of our resources, our coaching and consulting services, as well as our devotional, so that you can continue to build a life and business that honors God.
Yes.
Amen. So, make sure you visit Facebook and Instagram at businessbuiltbyfaith.com so you don't miss anything that we got going on.
Yes. So whether you're building in a season of harvest or holding on through a season of testing, remember you are not building alone.
God is building this out with you, and we will meet you here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another episode of Business Built by Faith.
Yes. See you guys soon.
Hey.
See you at the UPS store.
Right.
Right.
Today's episode of Business Built by Faith is brought to you by Scale Logistics, a transportation provider specializing in high-value, AOG, and time-critical shipments for aviation and distribution companies. Scale is the premier choice in ground transportation and freight management. Learn more by visiting shipwithscale.com.
Business Built by Faith premieres every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who's ready to grow in faith and business.